Alrighty, hey yo, what is up, Knights? Aegis Rick here, back with some more DFO. Now guys, let me just tee up this video right now. This is going to be one of those random videos where I'm doing a lot of stuff, what I consider my dailies. Now usually when I make this video, I do TOD on all of my characters and, you know, that's the entire video. This is not what we're going to be doing though, and let me explain. Right now, as I make this video, it is the 11th, and so it's about less than a week before we're going to be getting the 90 cap, and I've been excited for that. Let me just tell you guys right now that if we go to my character select screen, I spent maybe 4 hours, like 3 or 4 hours doing a bunch of organization on, you know, what my characters have, their inventories, like their cards, moving these items around, pulling up all my money and all that so that I can fund my characters at the very end here before we get to 90 cap. So a lot of them, you know, some of them are still not leveled. I think I have 4 characters that are not max yet. I could probably get my creator to max, but aside from that, guys, all of my characters, their costumes, I'm getting all that ready. And so we're on my knight right now, and we're going to be doing something I've been doing for the past couple of, about a week or so. But that is not TOD. I mean, I've done TOD already on my main characters. Actually, let me just go back for a second here to show you guys. Across the top, we have my 6, what I consider my main characters. We got 3 of the fighters, and I guess my main characters being these 3 right here, and then I'm trying to gear up all these characters right here near the top. Now, everybody else I'd consider just sub-characters, like alts, I guess, but I really want to gear up these ones, especially these 3, since you guys saw them in the epic video. Now you guys see my characters. We're going to be systematically going through what I call daily challenge. We're going to be trying to get this box right here, because if you guys don't know, there's a daily quest that can give you, I guess, 15 demon invites? I mean, it says up to 50 demon invitations. You're going to get 15 out of that box. If you get anything less or more than 15, I'll consider you a hacker at this point. So, because trust me, I've opened hundreds of thousands of those things, and very rarely have I gotten anything that isn't 15 demon invites. But it's important that you get these, guys, because you know, these start adding up. You do this, you know, 10 days, it's already 150. You're getting a lot of demon invites. Just basically daily, and it's something that, you know, it's very easy to do, especially for your characters that are really geared. You might as well just do them, guys. That's what I've been using my FP for. A lot of people use their FP. I don't know what you do, you know. If you play only one character, I can only imagine the kinds of things that you do every day. But as for me, you guys know I play a lot of different characters, and, you know, it's become less about me using my FP and more about me just doing daily kind of things. So that's really what I have found a lot of value in doing. This is the daily quests. It's because I can do it really quickly, you know, do runs if it's possible. Sometimes the quests kind of, you know, the RNG of them, you won't get a good quest, but luckily I think this is possible. What I found a really good dungeon to do is grinding. A lot of people like farming grinding just for money's sake. You use your whole FP bar. Now, obviously not doing this for the FP, don't really care for that, but there are other good dungeons. For instance, if you're running guild dungeons right now, there's a guild party, I guess, event going on right now. Guild dungeons are a very efficient thing to do, but, you know, if you're running solo, you don't have a teammate, or if you don't have a guild members to do, you know, the guild dungeons, it might be more efficient to just run in here maybe for 5 runs until you beat your quest. So that's what we're going to be doing in this video, guys. I'm going to be doing it for 3 characters, I guess, for the duration of this video. And I guess if you've shown up to the stream, this is one of the newest things that we've been doing. Now, aside from that, guys, like I said, what usually happens, oh my gosh, this guy's giving me some trouble. What usually happens is that you have various characters of what you do dailies instead of just using your FP. That's kind of what happens near the end game, if you have a lot of ults. So, and bad chain right there. So aside from this daily, we have TOD. I already did that before this video and didn't want to show it off again like I usually have. And, you know, we also have things like quests to turn in. For instance, your ancient quests, if you're doing any of those, you can turn those in. I have a lot of people that are farming or have over-farmed Gracia. They can just sign in and turn those in really quickly. For instance, if you're farming a swap set, which is something I think you should have while we get into 90 cap here, I feel like at least my top characters should have the swap sets and dual tainted and all that, so they can farm OV, they can farm what I think might be even more helpful, Dark Elf Ruins. And all those things kind of encompass what you can do a day. But like I just mentioned there, a lot of those things don't actually require any FP to do. They're like daily entry counts or something like that. So, you know, just something to keep in mind. You're really got limited by daily entries, not by FP for most of these things. So, anyway, my night runs are going pretty smoothly here, guys. And maybe I'll talk about something that isn't what I'm... it doesn't have any relevance to what I'm doing right now. But guys, my costume. I have changed my costume. I don't like it, honestly. I like it better than my old costume. I did try to go for the whole purple look here, obviously. As we got a couple more runs here. We got to beat a couple quests. In fact, since we need to beat one more quest, I'm going to actually go into a scenario dungeon. Because those count as quests, by the way. And it doesn't really matter what dungeon I do. So, in fact, if you didn't care about... if you cared only about beating the quest and not getting a little bit of money on the side, maybe doing scenario would be more efficient anyway. But anyway, as I was saying, my costume, right? Let me just say, I've been getting really into the Dress Up Fighter Online thing, and it's kind of inopportune time for me to do that. You know, actually, pro tip: if you're caching before the update, I suggest waiting. If you want to buy the Olympus package or whatever, wait until after the patch. Mostly because there's probably going to be new sales, and most importantly, your mileage is going to reset anyway, so you don't want to spend all this mileage and then have it get reset. You know, wait until the new mileage shop comes out, then cash. So, because if you didn't know, you get refunded a certain amount of mileage for however much cash you spend. So, or Sarah. So, if you're planning on buying anything, just wait until after the patch, unless the item's expiring or something like that. So, anyway, guys, we got, I think, one more run. Actually, yeah, exactly one more run, and we'll have beaten 5 of the 6 quests that are available. The 6 quests being, by the way, clear a Hell Mode dungeon, which, by the way, there is a really, really nice way to clear it if you're in a party for guild dungeons, for instance. That's a very efficient way you'll get that clear of Hell Mode, and you don't have to worry about one of the quests. So we'll talk about that in a second, because I don't think I've ever talked about this daily challenge thing, and I don't think a lot of people really take a lot of stock into it, but I think that has become one of my favorite things to do, honestly. TOD, you know, I used to be very consistent at doing that, but now it's these daily quests, because it kind of gives me an excuse to play my characters in something that's a little bit more challenging than, say, TOD or some one run of TOD. And it gives me an excuse to play them for a little bit longer than that, too. So, fighting a boss. Of course, we're using my top tier character, so it's not going to be a challenge anyway, but... you know, it's pretty interesting. But that should be our 5 quests, guys, and we're going to be doing it again on my other characters. I get to show off my character's strength a little bit, because a couple of them can do this on, like, the hardest difficulty, of course, my knight. But yeah, if we go over here now to check the daily challenges, you'll see I have 5 of the quests done, and those 5 give you the reward here, the chest box. Now this hell party right here just has to do hell mode, and you have to obviously get the hell gate and then clear it. And that will count as one of your quests. So if you're like having trouble beating one of the quests, or you'd have to go out of your way to clear it, you could do one hell party. It kind of defeats the purpose though, right? Because the purpose is to try and get demon invites. Unless the hell party is free, absolutely free, like using a hell party pass or something like that. You're trying to build up some demon invites here, so you know, maybe not do that quest, otherwise you're gonna be hurting for. I forgot to disassemble these. You're kind of gonna be hurting for demon invites if you're doing that. You're gonna actually be losing some. So we're trying to build this up so that when the update comes, 90 cap will be ready. And so that's why I'm actually farming those. And yeah, that's 15 right there. And I know 15, whatever, but that adds up, right? You do 15 there, you get 10 from Neo Premium, you get 40 from Guild Dungeons. You know, these kinds of things every single day. Yeah, of course they're gonna start adding up. And you do them on more than one character. That is massive, massive value. Because imagine you're buying those instead, demon challenges. You know, I've never actually done the math on this, but how much am I actually? Yeah, it's buying me about 350k worth of just by doing this quest. That's just buying 15, like straight up. Like, it's a big deal. Now this person right here, you can tell, has one of the quests that is gonna make this difficult to do solo. My guess is maybe just find a party member to do it, but you could also invoke the hell mode to get that quest if you're having trouble beating it. So, and we're gonna have to do that later. I guess we won't be able to beat the quest now, but I'll just go back and have a guildmate run me through some kind of dungeon real quick. But one of the quests actually was, and I probably should have went there first, clear an interdimensional rift. Rupture dungeon, that is actually Mirror AR-DFOADAILY, which is extremely easy. In fact, if we look here, yeah, you know what, maybe we should do a little bit of planning, but I think if you're worried about just pure efficiency, honestly, I don't really care that much. I just kind of want to run dungeons, and I think Grand Eden is a good place. But I could actually, just looking at the quest, clear Mirror AR-DFOADAILY 5 times, right? I'd get this quest done, I'd kill the 5 bosses, clear without being hit more than 10 times, that's easy, and then clear cubes. So it doesn't really matter what dungeon I do, as long as it's, I think it, yeah, these aren't even optimal. It'll tell you when you need to be in an optimal level dungeon. I could just do Mirror AR-DFOADAILY, so that's one option. I'm just gonna keep doing Grand Eden just because I want to show some harder content for this video, but that's probably something I would do. Again, the goal is not to farm Grand Eden, it is to beat those quests. So for the sake of the video, I'm gonna be doing this, but just know that I probably would have gone into the Mirror AR and just cleared it that way. Not to mention, my character needs some powerful energy, so Mirror AR would probably be a good idea anyway. But anyway, guys, playing my Battle Mage now. I do have I haven't perfected the route yet, but I do have a route on this character of skills that I like using, and I've gotten a little bit better at controlling this character, honestly. I feel like. I feel like, again, you'll tell me otherwise, but yeah, like I mentioned in my my video where I talked about, and we're gonna try to kill this boss as quickly as possible, and sadly we ran out at the last second. Yeah, I didn't have as good a rotation as I usually do, but I want to try to kill that boss before I lose my second awakening transformation. But anyway, as I was saying, like I talked about in my haul video where I talked about my epic haul, I'm trying to gear this character out to be one of my top tier characters. I've called them the Monster Trio because they're the characters of which I feel like I want to gear out in epics and all of that. So my Knight obviously is a shoe-in for this, but I do want to have some other characters of which are a little bit more in depth. Now utilizing a trick of the trade for you Battle Mage mains out there, you know what I just did right there. You're probably looking at me like, what happened with your second awakening, Rick? I am actually still the second awakening, it's just it doesn't look like it because I canceled the animation to load into the map you know, because I went into the door at the same time. So it's just a little trick, can save you a little bit of time, and you also don't have to transform. I guess that's the appeal of not transforming, but mostly it's the time saved for not having to transform and waste that time. So anyway, going into here. In fact, I think it might be more efficient for me to do, Slayer might be a little bit too challenging to do this in one cycle, but yeah, maybe we'll get it. Yeah, we got it, okay. I didn't believe in myself right there. I had to get one grab at the last second, but I got it, so anyway. So yeah, that is Battle Mage's like a signature trick. Sadly, can't do it with the first awakening because you won't actually transform, but with the second awakening, if you go into a door right when you cast the second awakening, it requires just a very little bit of timing. Yeah, you can cancel the animation of it, and you don't have to watch through it now. So that's what we're doing here, obviously. Try to kill these guys with that. So yeah, you just pre-input your second awakening, and then when you get into the door, just press Z, and easy as that. Now it doesn't look it, but you'll know if you see the like second awakening cut-in picture, you'll know it works. So I guess there is some features. I don't know if it was intentional for that to happen. Obviously, this kind of looks very buggy, but you know, and that's not surprising considering this class is called Bug Mage. So, or a lot of people do call it that, and I don't know. This is one of those. I haven't really noticed a lot of the huge bugs that a lot of people mention. I know there's that like fusion, or not fusion chaser, evolution chaser bug. You know, that's apparently. Okay, we got another kill. Nice. We're actually doing it. There's an evolution chaser bug that can leave the evolution chaser just on the ground on the map. That's a bug. Sometimes when I go into my first awakening, I lose all of my chasers. I just lose all of them, which is a huge bug. But again, I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Since the second awakening, you don't lose the chaser, so I don't know what the big deal is there. Yeah, it's like give or take, it's gonna happen or not. So it has to be a bug anyway. But yeah, this is one of those bugs where actually I think it benefits the class, where you don't have to wait on the animation of, come on, die, dude. You don't have to watch the animation of you going into Second Awakening. That's a good bug, in my opinion, you know? And if they fix it, that would actually be sad. I would be sad if they fix that bug. So they should keep that as a feature, and definitely not something I'm complaining about. All right. And I think this should be our last run here. If not, it'll be the second to last run. And just doing standard launch stuff. Like I said, I'm loving Battle Mage. I like how strong she is, honestly. Again, she is in like almost strictly Halidums right now. I mean, I have the DKT from the event that we got, or the Hell Mode stuff, but aside from that, you know, guys, I have Liberation, like standard stuff. I'll tell you what, man. And that's gonna be game again. Nice. Yeah, you know, looking at my gear real quick, I got Liberation. I got a pretty good title on Aura. I did finally use up all of my mileage recently to get a bunch of emblems, you know, silver emblems, selectable ones, and put those in. I've got a Becky's special goggles, which I think was a big boost from what I was using before. I think I was using this right here, the Bellatrix book, and I still have like at least 6 pieces of Halidons. So let's just say that this character is definitely outshining what I would figure this character, how strong this character would be. So anyway, guys, I'm actually gonna go do that mirror air run just to show you guys that it is indeed possible to get the points here. I guess we can just jump to the West Coast. Another useful item for this kind of stuff when you're kind of porting around the map a lot, craft yourself a lot of teleportation potions, guys. Get used to using those and abuse them, because trust me, it'll save you a lot of time, especially if you don't have a lot of town move speed. You need rare avatars to have a lot of town move speed. If you don't have that, just use the teleportation potions. You can just spam them all the time, and I think they're really easy to craft. Pro tip, don't do that dungeon. It sucks. It's really long, and I don't like doing it, man. A lot of wait time on that. This right here is a much better dungeon. So you go into our Second Awakening yet again. Some of the quests we have not seen yet are like use your First Awakening a certain number of times. That's obviously easy to do. What I like doing for that one, honestly, because I don't always use the First Awakening, but what I like doing for that one is loading into a map and just leaving immediately after I cast the First Awakening. And so that way I have my cooldown right back up. I just have to jump in again. Obviously, something that you would need to have either Neo Premium or some kind of potion to, you know, stamina potion so you don't get fatigued for doing that. But yeah, I would say Neo Premium is excellent for this kind of stuff, honestly, if you're doing this. Having Neo Premium is great. You're doing full clears anyway, or efficient clears, might as well. Oh shit, actually went out of transformation right there. Okay. And yeah, so that's all you have to do for that quest right there, the interdimensional rupture quest. And so very, very simple to do. And we're gonna jump onto our last character. Sadly, I don't have, I mean, I could do a hell mode or something like that. I don't want to do that. I'll probably just join a party later, but I got no friends right now, and it's fucking 2 in the morning right now, so obviously nobody's gonna be online. But yeah, party with somebody, get that done, and there's your 5 quests, or do a hell party, whatever's easier for you. But guys, we're gonna jump into my last character of my monster trio, the female striker. And I just got through doing some OV, so I'm gonna switch back to my real stuff, my gracious stuff. But I was doing some OV dungeons, and I had my good old Brutal Tango set. But let's look at her quest real quick. 15 champions. Usually when you see this quest, this means you have to do harder dungeons. I'm talking King's difficulty. So Grandine is a good one. Clear all rooms in optimal level dungeon. We haven't seen that quest, but we also have the interdimensional rupture quest again. So we might as well go over there, out of our way to go there. But aside from that, all the other ones can be done. 50 combos, you know, stuff like that can be done in pretty much any dungeon. So yeah, we're gonna do the rupture quest once here. Hopefully we get a good dungeon. But I think actually, you know, again, if I was worried about not, you know, making these easier, no, you see, this quest is what's ruining it for me. You don't actually get a lot of champion mobs when, I mean, you get some. I'd say it'd take you more runs than usual, but yeah, you get some for these kinds of dungeons. And I actually am going to be using my lightning speed epic for this easy. Like, I usually use my lightning speed epic, honestly. Lightning speed is a great, like, trash mob killing weapon because of the fact that I can lightning dance multiple times by activating this special effect. It's one of my favorite items to get on this on the striker, honestly. I'm so happy I got it because I use it so much, even though it's not my strongest weapon anymore. But against like these easy guys here, it definitely is. So, definitely is strong enough. You know, I do have Shadow Nomad. I'll save that for some stronger enemies. But man, am I in love with the lightning speed. I think it has more uses than a lot of people give it credit for. A lot of people think it's memes only. But when you get to a certain point, when you're strong enough to use it as a swap weapon, like, you know, it's great. And I think I actually use it in guild dungeons, for instance, when I run out of cooldowns. Like, sometimes I'm not able to burst them down in one combo. If we jump back to Soul Industrial Complex here, I'm not able to burst down some people in one combo. And so instead, you know, all of my skills are on cooldown. I can just switch to the lightning speed and activate its effect, and then I'll have lightning dance constantly until my other cooldowns come back up, and I can switch back to Shadow Nomad. It's a very, very useful item, and I'm so happy I got it. Trust you me. It's one of those items that has really, like, I took it for granted as I stopped using it. You know, I stopped using it for a while because I was using Shadow Nomad. Took it for granted, honestly, because it's giving you resets on an awesome skill like Lightning Dance, and you know, now it's sadly on cooldown, so I can switch to the Shadow Nomad, and it's as easy as just pressing the button, guys. And if at any point in time here I run out of skills, or you know, everything is off cooldown or on cooldown, I could just switch back to the lightning speed. It's already back up, and easy as that, guys. So I could just show it off right now. I switch to lightning speed, use the effect, and bam, have lightning dance again. And you know, even if I'm not strong enough to kill these guys, I do have it just constantly. So that's what I'm getting at here, guys. It's a very useful item. And there you go. That was just with lightning speed power. So Gracia is a great weapon with lightning speed, and man, I like the Shadow Nomad for its raw power, but its utility, lightning speed can't be beat. I do want to make that point, because I think I made one PvE video where I showed off the lightning speed, and I'd just gotten it, and I didn't really see its potency, its great potency, until I got a full Gracia and started using it in conjunction with some stronger weapons. So. But yeah, this is where my run, guys, on Slayer difficulty. I do believe that this character is noticeably stronger than my BM. It does have a full Gracia though, so that's probably why. But yeah, this character has a lot more going for her. She has got a lot more burst in her moves, for instance. So when you know, you don't have a lot of opportunity to damage people fully, like guild dungeons is a great example. I have a hard time on my battle mage on guild dungeons. You know, obviously trash mobs I think I can kill faster on my battle mage, but when it comes to dealing full burst damage combos on like guild dungeons and such, it's not as easy to do on this character, or on battle mage, excuse me. As I'm gonna switch back to, oh shit, he just died. I thought I could kill him faster. You know, I haven't used my awakening, could use that, but just trying to show off the weapon a little bit. Because, you know, you can also buy time with your first and second awakening and to get some cooldowns back up. So, you know, cooldown management is pretty important. Another thing about the lightning speed, by the way, is that it actually has plus, what is it, 4? Oh, excuse me, 2 on Mountain Pusher. Or, sorry, plus 2 on Power Fist, which is a pretty good swap weapon. I don't think it's the best. I thought it was the best, but yeah, it's decent enough where you don't have to spend money on a swap weapon. It's very easy to get levels in Power Fist, quite honestly. So, and we got a reset on Lightning Dance, so we're gonna keep the weapon on and use it again. Just as easy as that, boys. Just as easy as that. That's how good the weapon is, man. I want to use this second awakening in this room. I do not like these floating guys here. Always ruining everything, man. And recent addition for me is the I really don't like the beat drive, but had to pick it up since I needed more burst against the guild dungeon bosses. If I had a choice, I wouldn't use it, but sadly, switching back to lightning speed so I can use the lightning dance to take care of this room easier. And there you go, boys. Need to get a reset on the lightning dance. Oh, I was a little bit too slow on that. Okay. And is that enough runs, guys? I'm not sure. Anyway, I was gushing about how great lightning speed is. And I know Shadow Nomad's a stronger weapon, but damn, am I happy about that. Oh, we got to clear. Okay, next run is our last run, guys. So switch to my swap here. But yeah, I've been gushing all about the utility of this awesome weapon. Honestly, if I didn't have Shadow Nomad, I wouldn't mind just rocking this all the time. That's how much I like it. And also the reason why, you know, you're probably looking at this build. You guys always look at the build and you're like, oh, why does he get this? Why does he get that? This build sucks. I do have Mountain Pusher still max because of the fact that I'm still using the lightning speed. So usually Mountain Pusher is one of those skills you don't max, but we're gonna be doing a full clear here, so I'm gonna use all the skills I got. But yeah, Mountain Pusher gets resets on your when you're using the lightning speed, so also a good skill to keep around. We're using another lightning dance, baby, and we'll finally switch to Shadow Nomad, and man, just got to keep pressing that button, guys. It's one of the few characters, honestly, of which I switch my weapons on. My Knight obviously only switch weapon as a swap weapon, and my Battle Mage doesn't even have any swaps, like, but this character I am definitely swapping around. And there you can see a much more potent lightning dance on when I use the Shadow Nomad. Jeez, man, he almost took the full burst, guys. But anyway, guys, that was my daily, I guess, daily challenge, we're going to call it. I've done it on 3 characters. I already got about 1,000,000 gold worth. I mean, not exactly, but let's just say 15 demon invites per 3 characters already. It didn't take me very long. There's the 5 quests done. And that's one of the dailies. I mean, aside from TOD, Dark Elf Ruins, these kinds of stuff that I do every day, guys. There's my 15, and I just remind me to go back on my Battle Mage to do hers again. But yeah, I've gotten like 1,000,000 gold worth just in these few minutes here. And you know, I do this pretty much every day, at least on these characters. Maybe if I am feeling adventurous, I'd just jump on these other main characters as well, like my brawler. Give some love back to my Nin, who's just been dead for a while, or especially my monk. He's over here because I really want to gear him out with something, a Gracia or something like that. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. There was the daily challenge video. That's what I'm gonna call this video. And yeah, hopefully come 90 cap, we'll have a lot more stuff to talk about. Trust me, 90 cap. This is the last video before, like PvE video before 90 cap, and I am ready for it, guys. Like I said, I spent 4 hours organizing, and I'm still gonna be leveling these guys. Almost have every character max, but come 90 cap, that ain't gonna be the max anymore, is it? I gotta have to level again, and I have almost 100-something levels at the end game. End game levels, not fucking beginner level stuff. 100+ levels because I have so many characters that I have to get. It's gonna be a lot of content coming in here soon. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. There was some daily challenge, and I will catch you knights later.